This video will show teachers how they can use Kialo to create online discussions with their classes that are in the form of a debate. So what you do is you open up the modules page in your Canvas course and click on the plus sign for one of your modules. Click on External Tool and then scroll down. You'll find Kialo Edu. First time you use it, you will need to click on Continue. From there, you can either log in if you have an existing account or you can sign up. I'm going to use Google to sign into my account. And then what it does is it brings up any discussions you maybe have already created, or you can create a new one. I'm going to walk through the process of creating a new one. I'm going to call this one Sports Debate. So what you do is you name your discussion and then you provide a thesis statement. This really is what your students are going to be debating the pros and cons of. So I'm going to put in this thesis here a factual statement. From there, you have the option to either skip and just start your discussion, or you have a few different options that you can choose by clicking on these arrows on the side. You can either have a single or multiple thesis discussion. The first time you do it, definitely go with the single thesis. It's just a little bit easier to follow. Keep clicking those arrows. You can add an image and background information about your topic if you would like. You can enable small group mode, which allows you to create groups or manually assign groups, and then you have smaller discussions that occur. This could be a good feature to use if you have a number of different discussions that you want to use, or perhaps you want to break up a large class and you don't want all the students in your Canvas course to be engaged in one discussion. The next feature is really cool. If you enable tasks, what you're able to do is go through a number of different options here, and they have these little question marks that give you some information on what those things are. So if you want students to write a specific number of claims, let's say you want them to write at least 2 claims as a part of the discussion, you can set that there. And then you can also ask them to write claims under other claims, which sounds a lot like a reply if you do discussions. So I'll set that to 1. And then you've got a few other options here that are things that you may consider, like writing claims under your own claims to encourage students to go a little bit deeper. You can ask them to link to evidence, and you can also enable voting, which gives a different visualization of your topic. So I'm going to click on voting and let people vote on 3 different claims. I'm going to keep going down the list here. You can do standard participation, which will display students' names, or anonymous, keeping in mind that the anonymous participation, the teacher of the class will still be able to view the names, but the other students will not see them. And then you can change these options after the fact, so you can go through and double check which ones that you want to change. I'm going to enable voting and let others see all the votes, or you can say admins only see the votes. You got some options there to see, for example, what the best argument was for a specific topic. You can also enable grading and feedback. I've been told that coming soon, the grading that you do in Kialo should pass back to Canvas, though that is not currently enabled. So you can grade claims from 0 to 5, aka how many points do you want your discussion to be worth. And then users can see grades and feedback. You can choose only on their own claims or on all claims. Like, do you want students to be able to see how you grade everybody or just the ones that they submitted? Generally speaking, we're probably just going to do only on their own claims. And then I'm going to click on the check mark. You can save that as a preset so that it's always the default. And then you're given a little preview of the screen here, and you'll notice that right now it's just a little circle because we don't have any participations just yet. And I'm going to click on enter. And then this is what the discussion really looks like. Students will be able to go in here and click on pros and cons. And you can also change the way that this is visualized. So I really like this view personally, because then you kind of see 2 different columns. You can also click this circular pie chart looking visualization of the discussion as well. And it'll look better once you have more in the discussion. Students will be able to click on this little checklist looking icon here to see what tasks they still need to complete. And the teachers can go into those settings and make additional updates, add an image, add more background information, and again, there's a few settings that you can tweak. So I'm going to click on Select Discussion, and then click Add Item. And then you'll see here that my sports debate came through here. I'm going to click on that. And then by default, it does want to open that discussion into a new window. So if you click on it, it's going to open into a new window. You get that preview of the visualization going on for your discussion. You click Enter, and then students can click on the pros and cons here, and they also can attach, as I mentioned, you can add in links or sources of information, which can be a great way for students to provide evidence as they're doing their debate. So that's just a brief introduction of Kialo and how you can use it in your Canvas courses.